Do you ever say stuff to yourself like, I should be happy, I shouldn't be angry? In other words, do you talk yourself out of your feelings? That's what this episode is about. You're listening to Pure Light, where we explore how you can believe in yourself and be happy with who you are. My name is Ailey. I'm a coach, writer, and yoga and meditation teacher. This is episode 116. In the last episode, I talked about how thinking we're going to feel better in the future can sometimes prevent us from feeling what's going on right now in this moment. And it made me think of another way we can numb ourselves that maybe isn't always obvious, so that's what this episode is about. There are a lot of ways that we can numb ourselves, like using food or alcohol or drugs, or even technology like social media. And these are all ways of putting up emotional armor so that we don't feel fully and we're less vulnerable to life, to both the ups and the downs. So when you say stuff to yourself like, I should be happy, I should be grateful, I shouldn't be angry, or any other statement about what your inner experience should be like, you're giving more value to the outer circumstances of your life than you are to your inner experience. Because there's a conflict between what your mind is telling you you should feel and how you actually feel. So the mind is rationalizing why your emotional experience should be a certain way, a way that it isn't right now. And it has a story about that. It's looking at evidence in your life. So just as an example, maybe it's saying something like, I still have a job. I should be grateful. I'm still in a relationship. I should be happy. Or I have a really good life. I shouldn't be unhappy. Whenever there's an idea like that in your head, it's easy to get caught up in that. So that becomes the story you tell yourself about why your emotional experience isn't valid or isn't something that can be trusted. Every time you tell yourself one of those statements, you strengthen the belief you have in that idea, which is just a story inside your head. And you reinforce the mental habit of overthinking as a way of talking yourself out of your feelings. So in other words, when you do that, thinking becomes a way that you numb yourself. Because it's the thing that you do that prevents you from actually feeling and fully experiencing whatever's going on inside you right now. The solution to this problem isn't to try to manipulate your inner experience so that you feel the way that you think you should feel. It isn't to convince yourself that you feel a certain way. It's to notice the idea of how you think you should feel, let that idea go, and instead just allow yourself to feel fully. So allow yourself to really experience whatever's going on inside you. The problem isn't how you feel. It's the idea that you should feel a certain way, a way that you are not feeling right now. Overthinking is a form of numbing. It keeps you in your head, and it can lead you to talk yourself out of your feelings and trying to convince yourself that they're not valid because they don't align with how you think you should feel. In the next episode, I'll talk about the bigger danger in telling yourself how you should feel. To make sure you don't miss it, subscribe to Pure Light wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you enjoyed this, leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time, may you be guided by your light.